Welcome everyone into the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. We are here on a Wednesday night for the Ruff Neck Madness Money Racing Season number 2, race number 7. As we are live here on the PGR eSports Network, I'll be your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro, as we get set for 55 laps in the Craftsman Trucks. Tonight we'll have 55% fuel in all these trucks, no fast repairs, fixed setups, and one green, white, checkered. Ambient temp out here in Alabama, 72 degrees. Track temperature, though, hot tonight, 112 degrees. 2-mile-an-hour wind. We are partly cloudy, and we are ready to rock and roll here at Talladega. And all these trucks right now getting on track, getting their qualifying laps in as we get set for race number 7 of 11. Here in season number 2, as action has been awesome of late here in RNR, sponsored by none other than James Wagner's Welding, 336-670-3427, right out of North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, not too far from North Wilkesboro Speedway. And always those guys, an awesome addition to the money racing community, and this series is one of the best right now here in the community. Out on the track right now, we'll hide this box, and that is going to be Adam Young in the 22 for the Jack Shack, as he is getting some laps under his belt here, and he is currently scored 16th on the grid, and we'll see if he can improve on that lap right now. And it looks like he's bringing it on home, so that will end his qualifying lap. But right now, Garrett Maines on the provisional pole for tonight's race. Nathan Harper, Malik Ray, Cody Neagles, Nash Brambilla, looking like that's going to be your top 5 starting spots here tonight as we get set to head down to the grid of tonight's race. And we have a great field here tonight. And all these guys get set to grid. Actually, Kyler Wynn, Daniel Falkingham now. They're going to jump right at the last minute. P1 and 2 on the grid. So all these trucks getting ready to grid. We'll bring up those qualifying results in just a minute. We'll also talk about the point standings. And remember, you need a top 10. Top 10 to get any racing points towards that race number 11 and championship here in season number 2. So that is where we stand. So let's go on up here, season number 2. Like we said, race number 7 here at Talladega. We're going to race number 8 will be next week in the Xfinity Series car at Daytona. Race number 9, ARCA at New Atlanta. Race number 10 will be trucks at Talladega. And it'll all end on June the 25th. As we take the next gen over to Daytona International Speedway, and that will be the championship race. Big shout out to 760 Graphics, McCullough Motorsports, Ron Morris Racing, obviously PGR eSports, Ruff Neck Racing. That is your home here tonight for race number 7. And let's go through that qualifying grid right now. We're going to bring it on up here. And the man on the pole here tonight, that'll be Kyler Wynn in the 82. Daniel Falkingham will start second in the 88 truck right on the outside, so that will be your front row. Garrett Maines will start in third. Nathan Harper starts in the second row in fourth. Malik Ray in fifth here tonight, and we'll see if Malik Ray can get to victory lane 2 nights in a row. Trevor Ashburn off the Jack Shack, he'll start in 6th. Cody Neagles of Nightmare Esports starts in 7th. Team PGR's Nash Brambilla will start in 8th. Freddie Bazinez in 9th. Landon Velicki for Nightmare, he'll round out tonight's top 10 starting grid. Steve Sizemore will start 11th. Tonight, starting 12th will be David Flanagan. Starting 13th, Asher Little. Michael Guest will start in 14th. Sean Corbett starts in 15th. Chris Walker starts in 16th. Dylan Basin in 17th. And Jeff Merck for MBG, he'll start in the 18th position. Starting in 19th here tonight, Jared Haynes of the Jack Shack. Nick Seipel will start in 20th. Adam Young in 21st. Brian Hennings, 22nd. Chase Mistretta, 23rd. Hunter Hastings, 24th. Mark Von Dell starts 25th. Sean Wiggins, 26th. Landon Favre in 27th, and John Darnell will start in 28th. Starting 29th will be Corey Wright. Chris Ramsey will start in 30th. Stephen Miles will start in 31st. Dylan Jones, 32nd. D3, Daniel Eberhardt starts in 33rd. Sterling Thess will start in 34th. Joshua McCullough, 35th. Chris Melton, 36th. Quentin Steinbach starts in 37th. Kenneth McCullough Jr. starts in 38th. And rounding out your 39 truck field here tonight, that'll be Christopher Carter. So you see 31st all the way to 39th reported no time here tonight. So all those guys electing not to qualify. So go back up here to our starting grid. That's Kyler Wynn on the pole. Daniel Falkingham on the front row with him. We'll hide that from the screen, and we'll get ready to go 55 laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. And like we said, 113 degrees on that track surface and only 72-degree ambient temp. So a hot track for how cool it is here in Alabama tonight. And these guys ready to put on a show here in race number 7. Only 4 races, including this one, to go until the championship race. Right now, Freddie Bazinez leads the championship. We will go more into detail with that here in just a little bit. But right now, it's the 82, the 88 into the tri-oval here at Talladega. The pace car is going to dive off down pit lane, and the green flag is going to get ready to wave here as all the fans come to their feet. Green flag in the air at Talladega. Lap number 1 in the books here, and it is Nathan Harper here on the high line in the 29 Ford, as he is side by side here with the eNASCAR Coke Series driver of Daniel Falkingham, get pushed by Garrett Maines, former Coke Series driver right there in the Wigan Water Technology number 1. Kyler Wynn working the outside as well in the 82. We are 2 wide here in the front of the field. And 55% fuel here tonight with 55 laps. So rain in 5s. And we'll see what strategies will play out in this race, if any. But right now it is Nathan Harper clearing to the bottom lane right in front of Falkingham. And that opens up the door for Kyler Wynn here on the outside. Trevin Ashronoff in the 89 will push Kyler Wynn clear. And Ashronoff, some bad luck last night in the RMR race at Atlanta. He was looking strong early and unfortunately caught up in quite a few of the accidents last night. So we'll see if the man for the Jack Shack, the boss man, the 89, can get to victory lane here tonight. Nash Brambilla, he's going to look toward the 3rd lane a little bit farther back for Team PGR. And we'll see if anyone decides to go with Nash here in that lane. He's going to foul back in line here right in that middle lane. Nowhere to go thus far. Farther back, it's Chase Mastretta. Right behind him, Chris Walker. As they try to catch this lead pack, they will easily. So some calm, cool, collected racing here to start tonight's race. Some new rules to go over here in a little bit as well. We'll bring those up. But first, we're going to go over that championship points. That's Freddie Bazinez in first. He's got 34 total points. He's got a couple wins on the season. 3 top 5, 4 top 10s for Freddie Bazinez. He's led 22 laps on the season. Daniel Falkingham just 2 points back, and he has 1 win, so he's chasing Freddie in that department. He also has 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, but he has led 41 laps. So we'll see if Daniel Falkingham can springboard up to the top of the standings after tonight. Matt Lee, I do not believe Matt Lee here in this field. We'll check through it. And Matt Lee we'll see for Team NBG. I do not see him in this field. He's in third. I haven't seen him actually out here in a couple weeks. So Matt Lee with 24 points. He's still in this thing, only 10 points behind. He also has a win. John Ward with no wins. He is up there as well with 18 total points. He's 16 on back. Daniel Eberhardt the third. He's in fifth. He's got 15 points, 19 back. Axel Smith tied with him. Stephen Miles in seventh, tied with Nick Seipel. Tied with ninth, that's going to be Garrett Maines, Malik Ray, and Kyler Wynn. So that's really going to be your essential top 10 right now. And all those guys jockeying for playoff position right now. Nick Seipel, though, he has that win. So that win's going to carry himself all the way, hopefully, to this playoff. Is Landon Velke now 3 wide at the front of the field. Landon Velke for Nightmare back here in the money racing scene. Took a few weeks off and much needed time off for Landon Velke. The batteries are recharged. And that Nightmare eSports Chevrolet now looking strong here in front of the field. As his teammate Cody Neagles in the 6th going to come out here in that top lane. Try to catch the front pack here. Cody Neagles also looking for a really big win. And a guy who, you know, he's won some races here and there, but not as many as Cody is accustomed to winning. We'll see if tonight could be his night here in RNR. His teammate leads the race now, taken over by Kyler Wynn. We are 3 wide here at Talladega. 6 laps in, coming to 7 here of 55 as Velke clears to the bottom of the racetrack. Jeff Merck in the field tonight for Team NBG. A rough night last night for Jeff Merck at Atlanta in RMR, and wrecked out of that race early on. The man from Punta Gorda, Florida, looking to rebound from Tuesday night thunder and see if he can get it done here on a Wednesday night in the championship series for RNR. Kyler Wynn now your leader out front, the man from the north, from Canada, the 82 machine. Kyler Wynn's going to clear to the middle, right in front of Landon Velke. Astronaut to the top lane. He's going to lead that third lane right now. And there is room for some more 4 wide here at Talladega. We'll see if they elect to go there at any point in time. Hey, Mike Davenport. I'll tell you what, he is an OG PGR lifer right there. And I really hope sooner than later I'll commit to getting back on the racetrack with these guys. That's one guy that I have been fond of here since my first race and my first few months here on the service. Mike Davenport showing some love for PGR eSports in the chat. If you're watching tonight, why don't you go ahead and match that $5 from Mike Davenport. Drop a super chat or a super sticker. See the $ there in the chat. Hit that button and send us on over. Whatever you can, we much appreciate it. Back to the racing we go. In the middle lane there, it's the 38. I believe that's going to be Nash Brambill of Team PGR. A little bit different paint scheme than normal. Nash there on the top. And he's repping that Caesars Palace as he's out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Trying to get back to victory lane here as well. Michael Guest, another eNASCAR Coke Series driver. He is in a hornet's nest right now in the middle lane. You see him there in the 54 Toyota all-black machine as Michael Guest really come on strong on Thursday nights, and then has kind of been absent the last couple weeks on Thursdays, but definitely a podium string, and I believe a race win as well for PGR eSports Intimidator Super Speedway Series. Michael Guest, definitely lately been out here more and more and flexing his muscle as well. As Ashwinoff in trouble there. He's going to go all the way up to that 4th lane all by himself. So he's going to parachute on here to the back. Malik Ray, another eNASCAR Coke Series driver. He's going to lead that 3rd lane. Cody Neagles pushing behind. Malik carrying that sim seats on the side. Company Garrett Maines works for. If you're looking for some sim racing equipment, steering wheels, pedals, rigs, you name it, monitors, speakers, they got it. Head on over to Sim Seats, Google it today, and yep, you never know what you might find on there. And Garrett Maines will ship it himself the next day, and I can attest to that as Neagles and Malik Ray clear to the middle lane. There goes Falkingham to the bottom, and these guys are racing hard here early. And this is typical of the trucks. It might look like a parking lot at times, but I'll tell you what, these are fun to drive. And up there in that third lane now, David Flanagan for the Jack Shack in the 31 machine with the pink numbers on the side. Flanagan getting a big run here from Hunter Hastings, Freddie Basnes. And we've seen the top lane work when the right pusher was in second in line. See if Hastings now can clear this group here down into the middle lane like these others did, and we'll see if that happens here. Eventually, we'll be talking about some green flag stops. These guys are able to keep up this racing. All cautions are manual here in RNR. Race control tonight will be none other than James Dougie Wagner. Tim Hollywood probably sitting up there with him as well tonight. So a multi-car accident, 2 or more cars wrecking on or off the racing surface, including pit lane. 2 or more cars make contact, resulting in a substantial slowdown of the field. So that will be the cause of caution if there is a caution out at some point tonight. If the incident creates any unsafe condition on the racing surface that cannot be cleared before others' cars are put in danger. There is a new cause of caution policy here at RNR, and that's the big note here tonight. If the yellow flag is thrown for an accident, the person at fault has the chance to claim the caution by typing C into iRacing chat. If you claim a caution, you will be put to the end of the longest line. If nobody claims the caution after the race, admins will get into an open room where people can see the review, go down, cannot speak. If the driver who caused an accident is at fault, they finish in the money, they forfeit their winnings and are disqualified from the event. Race control will determine which 2 cars initiated the wreck, and then it will be up to those 2 drivers to claim the yellow. 10 laps to go, race control will make calls and drivers will receive EOLs. So that is the new policy here tonight. A little bit new lucky dog rule as well. You're able to make some contact as the lucky dog spot and get your lap back. You'll be waved around the field. So new rule here tonight. Obviously, the double yellow line rule always in effect here. So the team over here at RNR doing a great job of getting this series going. We started this, and I came on board, helped these guys out months ago. We started off with some smaller fields, and it's grown into around a 40-car average field, and right about that number here tonight. 39 solid trucks here in tonight's race. As we are still 3 wide here in the field. I'm going to go back here in the field a little bit. Mark Vondel. And we're going to go from his cockpit right now. He is mired back right now in the 25th position. And you see on board here with Mark Vondel out of Lake Placid, New York. As he drifts on up to that high line behind Chris Melton, an R&R driver. And Mark Vondel trying to make his way up to the front of this field. Speaking of Chris Melton, here he is right behind Dylan Jones out of Longwood, Florida in 52. Trying to make his move as well. Brian Hennings, Team BGR, he's camping out right behind Michael Guest. Not a bad guy to follow here tonight to the front of this pack. So far, these trucks, it's just kind of stalling out these lanes right now. Some racing up front. Cody Neagles clear sailing here in the middle lane. So Cody Neagles leads that middle lane. Hunter Hastings on the top. Luke Gray here on the bottom. And we'll be inching closer and closer to green flag stops here tonight. I would say between 20, 24, 25-ish here. I believe it would be a 2-stop race with 55% fuel, but we'll calculate that out when we do see these drivers come on down to pit lane. So far, no yellows here tonight. Clean race up front all the way through this field. All the way back here, I believe that's Christopher Carter. So we have cars back here. It's Chris Carter, Kenny McCullough Jr., Daniel Eberhardt, and Chris Ramsey. They're all kind of hiding out back. They're all going to pit right now. Lap 17, here they come. So they're going to come together. They're playing a little bit different strategy. Kind of stay out of harm's way here tonight with no fast repairs. Quentin Steinbach, he's mired back in 35th. He's going to be the last car in the main pack. So 4 cars all right now. They're going to come to pit lane. They are on a complete and utter different strategy here tonight. We'll go back up front. Malik Ray still leads it down the backstretch here at Talladega. And here we go. So that's going to answer that fuel question. I was wrong. With that 55% fuel, it's going to put about 17, 18 laps. Ooh, we have a Rex coming down here. It's pit lane. Landon Velke all out of sorts. They're going to keep it together, though. And, man, Calamity coming in the pit lane. We'll see if we can get a replay of that in just a second. Brian Henning stays out, as does Basin, Sizemore, Vondell, Gesta, and Brambilla. Everyone else, including Kyler Wynn, here on pit lane. And we'll see who leads off pit lane. It looks like it's going to be Garrett Maines. Just crazy action on pit exit here. So we saw a group pit at lap 16. We saw a group pit at lap 17. And here comes Hennings and crew on lap 18. So 3 different strategies here. And I believe that will now cycle us back around. And everyone will have pit now. So we stay green here. As Hennings, Basin, Guest, Sizemore, and Brambilla now into pit lane. And right now, this is the race for the lead up front. We'll see how it all pans out with Nash, Brambilla, Michael Guest, and Brian Hennings in them on pit lane right now. We'll bring up that track map. That'll give us a good indication of exactly where these guys are at. And you see them exiting pit lane right now. Here comes these 3 into the tri-oval. I believe they're going to have them beat by far here. We'll see. Yeah, there they go right around. I believe that's Hunter Hastings. We'll see if they can get these 3 right here. They do. So right now, Garrett Maines, Malik Ray, and Cody Neagles will assume the race lead. But don't count those guys out that pit. They're on lap 18. They're in this pack right now as they going to blend in. And they are right there. So is Asher Little. Great stop for Asher Little here. Start tonight's race. And Asher Little right behind Daniel Falkingham in that Sundrop truck here tonight. Looking for a breakthrough win is Asher Little. I agree with Mike Davenport here in the chat. Great job to all these drivers. Not wrecking there, coming into the pits. And he likes his PGR boys going that extra lap. Hoping it works here tonight. Lap 20 of 55. And remember, 17 was the number. Around 17 was the number tonight. So we had some guys pit on lap, I believe it was 16. That'll put him at lap 32. So that'll actually be a 3-stop race. Even this guy's at 18. That puts them at 36, making their next stop. And around 55. So I don't know. I think right now, if we stay green, this will be very interesting. Because those guys, Brian Hennings, and those guys that pit on lap 18, if they're saving some fuel, it'll be very close on them making it all the way with just one more stop. And those guys that pit 1 lap earlier, I don't know. It's going to be close. The guys that pit first, I think there was only 4 or 5, a handful of trucks that pit there on lap 16. I don't believe they're going to be able to make it. They certainly won't. So Yeah, I believe going that extra lap here, getting lap 18 was the ticket. We'll see if it pays off here tonight. I'll be dependent on yellows, as now David Flanagan assumes the lead right in front of Garrett Maines. David Flanagan coming on strong here for the Jack Shack. Clears on bound to the bottom lane. You see that track map, and it's all over the place right now, as these green flag stops have really separated this field here tonight, and that sometimes could provide some green flag racing. That's what we want to see. Hopefully get some more green flag stops as well. Bad news for Mark Vondel here tonight. He is sitting on pit lane, and Mark Vondel's night has ended, and he's getting some damage fixed, but that'll end any chance he had here tonight in the 39th position for Mark Vondel. Back up front in the trioval, it's still 2x2. Flanagan and Eagles here in the lead at Talladega Superspeedway, as we are live here on the PGR eSports Network. As we approach the halfway point, we'll take a quick break. Stay with us. Lots more action here tonight. Back here live on the PGR eSports Network. It's a drag race to the line right there. Lap number 25 as Garrett Maines and Daniel Falkingham battle side by side. We stay too wide up here in the front of this pack, as this field has now spread out, as they are going to catch some more lap traffic here in a little bit. Catching that contingent of Daniel Eberhardt in the 90. And do not want to go lap down here tonight. Track position going to be vital here in the Craftsman Trucks. And already quite a few a lap down. Mark Vondel on pit lane. We spoke about him. But this front pack, we'll see how big this pack is here up in the front. And they're all going to pit again here. So some different strategy. And Falkingham, Garrett Maines here all onto pit lane. So I'll have to question this just a little bit. These guys pit on lap number, I believe it was lap number 17-ish. They're already pitting here within 10 laps. So that's lap 26. And I guess right here, the call is they can't go on just 2 stops. So they're going to make a stop now. And that's going to really change the game here. We'll see if we can find somebody here in this race to go over this scenario here, as Steve Sizemore assumes the lead.
Cody Kyler.
10-4.
And then it's Trevor behind him. I think we got a pretty good line right now.
It looks like a lot of people came the second time by.
I said we're going to drag all of them because they're going to be all slow by themselves. We'll actually make this a race.
Yeah, I did not want that to be a freaking fuel race with me out front. I was like, no way.
I understand. I don't want a freaking fuel race. I want to race straight up.
joined here with Team NBG. Listen to Daniel Falkham, Garrett Maines here on the broadcast. Guys, let us know here, all these viewers here, the fuel strategy here tonight. You guys come in there and pit only after 10 laps there. What's the plan here tonight?
Yeah, it's just super tight on the number there, and when I was leading, I realized it's actually it's only really going to be a problem for the front runners. So I think everybody up front really didn't want to be dealing with that and get screwed by fuel strat. So we decided to come down and see if we can make some pace here.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a group that came in on lap number 18, and I was going to say, hey, can they possibly make it on just one more stop? But looks like to be a 3-stop race here tonight, and hey, you guys came down pit early, and could be the plan tonight. We'll see if you guys can get to that third green flag stop. It'd be the final one tonight, but looking strong here tonight so far. And you guys forcing the issue here. I think you're in a good spot. We'll see how this plays out.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you heard Garrett Maines there, Daniel Falkingham discussing this, and now we got some insight there. Yeah, no one really can make it here on just 2 stops. I don't believe even those guys that pit on lap number 18, especially how you have to push it here to stay in the pace of this race. So that's going to be the dilemma. Even 18, that's 36, 46, 50, that's 54. So I think it's a 3-stop race if it goes green. And these guys elected to pit, and they're just saying, hey, you know what? We don't see the yellow coming out. And that's kind of where we stand right now. So Garrett Maines here and Cody Neagles, all these guys in this pack, they have pit. They're mired back, mid-pack, but we'll see how this all plays out. Up front right now, Steve Sizemore, Jared Haynes, Josh McCullough, Dylan Jones. Actually, Dylan Jones leads this pack, so it's this pack up here. It's just, everything is crazily spread out right now. Everyone on a different strat. And, if we stay green, that choice by Falkingham Maines, I think that's what's end up going to win out on this race. We'll see how it goes, but we're going to have a lot to follow here tonight, and it's going to be very confusing for myself and all the viewers here tonight. But Sizemore leads, Jared Haynes, Joshua McCullough. So these two actually in this pack, all like up here, kind of with Carter and McCullough. Sizemore and Haynes. Yeah, Sizemore and Haynes up here. Josh McCullough is actually back here with Dylan Jones, Sean Corbett, Adam Young, Chris Walker, Sterling Thess. That's Jeff Merck, Nick Seipel. And then you got to go back to Corey Wright, Hunter Hastings, Sean Wiggins, Landon Favre. They're in 14th. Quentin Steinbach. And then you get the Falkingham in that pack. And they're back in 16th on back. So, yeah, I think all the guys 16 on back, pit. We'll see exactly what happens here. Well, here we go. Corey Wright and company, they're all coming down pit lane. So Wright is in, Hastings, Wiggins, Favre, and Steinbach. And that's going to leave out your top 10. Those guys, I'm telling you what, they're going to be forced to come to pit lane sooner or later here. 25 laps to go in this one. Steve Sizemore still leads. Jared Haynes as well. This pack behind Josh McCullough and Dylan Jones. So lots to unpack here. And Falkingham and crew. With Cody Neagles, Kyler Wynn, all these guys. They are just, hey, they're going to say, hey, we're picking a lap. And when we come to that lap, we're pitting no matter what. So as soon as they get in their window, they're going to probably go a few laps so that they're good on green-white checker. It's only one. So you really don't have to have that much extra fuel here tonight. So as soon as they get into that window, expect this contingent of trucks here tonight to pit. And they're going to push hard once they do. I'm telling you right now, this strat from these guys, these pros, is what's going to pay off here tonight. And when I say pros, I include Cody Neagles, Kyler Wynn. Those are guys are super speedway pros. And they will definitely be in the mix here tonight with Trevor Ashmont, David Flanagan, Nathan Harper. This is the group to really watch for. As Sizemore and them still have yet to pit. Kenny McCullough Jr. just trying to hang in there tonight. He is not, I believe, he's either on the lead lap or he's hanging on the lead lap here. Not the night he was looking for. Yeah, I believe he's just hanging by a thread on this lead lap. Is Kenny McCullough Jr. Man, he was buying a caution here right now. Mike Davenport, I agree. The fuel strat is making this very interesting, man. It's putting me kind of my head in a blender, turning that blender on and mixing it all up here tonight. I believe the top 10, so the top 10 from Sizemore on down to Seipel has not pit. You know, and we'll see. I mean, they're in some smaller packs, so I wonder if they're losing time here. We'll check here. Sizemore's last lap of 53.7. Garrett Main's last lap of 58. Yeah, they're 49 actually at 9.3. So, I mean, they're losing time. This group, Garrett Main's, they are hauling the mail. And barring a caution coming out, this is the group that will assume the race lead at some point down the road in this race. James Caselna in the chat as well here tonight. And here we go. Here are the pit stops for Sizemore, Haynes. So your race leaders pitting now, both your race leaders. Garrett Main's now to the point at Talladega with Falkingham. They're going to put Daniel Eberhardt, the third, a lap down. Daniel's going to be scratching and clawing his way back tonight as well. I just think Sizemore and Haynes lost way too much time. Now they're kind of in no man's land right now, as this pack is assumed to lead with 21 laps to go. They are the ones to watch. And as soon as they get in that window, they're all going to pit together, and they are going to be on that gas, as they have been throughout this run, putting the fastest laps down on the racetrack. Let's see how big this group is. It actually goes back to Dylan Basin, so it's a 9-car group. Mains, Wynn, Falkingham, Ashburnoff, Flanagan, Ray, Bazinez, Eagles, and Basin. Then you got to go back a little bit of ways. I think 9 some seconds actually. Back to Veliky, Hennings, Asher Little, Michael Guest, Steven Miles in this pack as well. Then you got to go back to Sizemore and Haynes who just pit. They're all the way back in 15th and 16th. There's no way they can make it on fuel. So right now, we have a shot tonight at going wire to wire. Green flag. I don't want to jinx it, but I guess I already did. Man, not much racing right now. These guys just content here in the top 9, as I would be as well. I mean, there's really no reason to race here. Do not want to do anything to jeopardize your strategy here tonight. And remember, we saw a group race or go 18 laps. We've seen a group go 16, 17. Not in the window yet, but with 19 laps to go, we're getting very close to these drivers here in this lead pack. And, you know, once they do pit, they're going to stay on that lead lap. So, really, I mean, even if a caution came out and they pit, they're going to pit before everyone else. Essentially, no matter what, they're going to assume the lead. So, the strategy is paid off. It's already really worked unless we get a caution now, which will still stay up front, but it'll bring the field back together. All these guys here hoping right now, no yellows, no yellows, no yellows. Get into the window, get on pit lane, get off pit lane with no penalties, and remain in this pack of 9. Eberhardt is in the pack. He's not, though, on the lead lap. But he is definitely assisting this group right now. There might be one more car in this pack as well. Not sure who it is. It's not on the lead lap as well. Could possibly be the 11 truck, who is the caboose of this pack. Remember Basin, Dylan Basin. Yeah, no, that's Dylan Basin there in 9, so he is in the lead pack here. Eagles, Bazinez, Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, Ashburnoff, Flanagan, Wynn, Mains, and Falkingham. We know Eberhardt is not battling here for the lead. I'm counting 11 cars here, trying to figure out who the odd man out is in this pack that's not on the lead lap, and it could be actually, I think it's Nathan Harper. Nathan Harper actually just working with his teammates now. Nathan Harper on the scoring chart. And we'll see where he scored back in 30th as Nathan Harper. So it's Nathan Harper and Eberhardt who are not here on this lead lap. As these guys right now getting closer and closer to being able to make it on fuel with one more stop. 17 laps to go. Expect them to come down here in the next couple laps, which would then give them enough for the only green-white checker possibility we would have tonight. See on the top of your screen, Mistretta and Vondel out of this race. We got multiple other cars, a couple laps down, and 1 lap down. Mains leads Ashburnoff, Wynn, Ray, and Falkingham, your top 5. You see that top 10 come across your board right now. Basin is the one that is the end of this top 9, and then it's top 10, or in the top 10 is Velke, but he's 13 seconds back, and he leads a little small pack, and goes back to Seipel, who leads a pack as well, and that's going to be 15th all the way back to 22nd, and then Young leads a pack, and he's in 23rd, and he leads that pack, which ends with Wright. Eberhardt, the first truck lap down. So Eberhardt right now, fingers crossed for him, as he's praying for the first yellow of tonight's race. So 15 laps to go. I'm just going to throw it out there. These guys now possibly in their window. I think they're going to want to go another lap or two to be safe. That way they can push really hard. I don't expect them to come down now. But after this lap, I believe the window is going to be wide open for them. Come on down pit lane. And they have a big advantage now, over 14 seconds back to 10th place. Bring up that race map one more time, and you just see a lot of different packs out here, and you just need a green flag stop or two, and that will provide what possibly could be a green flag race tonight. Now, these guys up front are obviously going to be racing really hard at the end. Hopefully they wait till the white flag lap to do so. Be awesome to throw up that wire-to-wire green flag race if possible here tonight. Second group definitely losing time. Mike Davenport in the chat, and here they come. As I said, I thought this would be the lap. Let's see if these guys can get on and off pit lane. And it looks good on entry here. Talladega down to 55 miles an hour. And they are coming in for Sunoco Racing Fuel. Not sure if there's any time to take tires. We'll find out right here. Keep an eye on these trucks as they come into their pit stalls. Yep, they're going to take left side tires. So left side Goodyear rubbers, Sunoco Racing Fuel, and we are off. We'll see if these 9 drivers, I believe they all are going to stay together here in this pack. Velke on pit lane. He leads that other group down. Asher Little's actually going to lead them off pit lane here. But it's not going to be enough right now. There's really no strategy you can have to catch those leaders at this point. Garrett Maines off and running, blending into the backstretch. The big thing right now is Cody Niegels. Is he going to stay in this pack? I think he will. He's going to need all the help he can from this man right here. His enemy on the track, the 82 with Kyler Wynn. That's Cody's help. I'm surprised there. Cody must have had a bad pit stop there. Him and Wynn both, to be quite frank. As these guys trying to reel back in that top 7 as Wynn is in 8th, Cody Niegels in 9th. And let's check from the cockpit here of Kyler Wynn. There's the gap. And he might have to fall back to Cody Niegels. Something that you don't usually see. I don't know. Cody Niegels off pace. Oh, wow. Cody Niegels back onto pit lane. I mean, he must have had a penalty. And Cody Niegels Man, he was right there tonight, and unfortunately. And that might cost Cody big time with no cautions coming out. Serving a penalty in the Wagoner Welding green-black machine, that Chevrolet. Uncharacteristic there by Cody Neagles. Back up front, it's Malik Ray. And now he leads. A 7-car pack. Remember, Nathan Harper, the 29, is a lap down. Kyler Wynn, he's completely lost the draft. So he has no help right now. Kyler Wynn, Cody Neagles, two big names. Man, a Podium 500 and an ERA champion, both back in 2024. On the money stop, pay the ultimate price. And with no caution, they both might be out of it here tonight as Astronaut clears to the bottom. 11 laps to go. It's been green flag from the very drop of it here tonight at Talladega. Live on the PGR eSports Network. We've seen it a couple times in PGR. Are we going to see it tonight in Ruff Neck Madness Money Racing? Wire-to-wire green is on the table. 11 coming at just 10 laps to go. And really, with how spread out it is at this point, I mean, there is just no need for anyone else to wreck. If they do, you'd have to think, hey, what's going on back there? And these guys right here, this top 7, fighting hard. Adam Young, oh my God, and that changes everything. Yellow flag here out on the track. And unbelievable. A wreck here farther back in the field. Oh, coming to pit lane. Unreal. With 10 laps to go, we almost got there. Let's look and see what happened here. Well, Favre just loses it. So does Steinbach. All by themselves. Unbelievable. Watch here. Here's Landon Favre in the number 9 Raising Cane's machine. And look ahead of him, Quentin Sideways. They both self-spun here. Coming to pit lane. I mean, Favre gets all out of sorts, snaps loose. And look at Steinbach, snaps loose as well. I mean, these guys just must have not been close to getting on their brakes. Hunter Hastings pays the ultimate price. Innocent bystander in all this. And I believe it looked like they were maybe coming back up close to being on the track. Yeah, I don't know, man. Based off the rules, 2 or more cars spinning, yeah, that's the problem right there. And that's why the yellow has to fly. I mean, you're just getting close. You're watching Landon Velicky. Here's this group, and you can't assume they're not going to come back on the racetrack. Yep, that's just a close call there, and they're all bailing up a little bit. So caution has to come out per the rule book, and for the safety of these 4 cars right there. But, man, that just changes everything here tonight. As Bazin as now your race leader. And with 9 laps to go, we'll probably go back to green with 7. And, unfortunately, let's just hope cautions don't breed cautions, because this has been a fabulous race here. Start all the way to with 10 laps to go as we get our first yellow here of the night. And I'm not sure there's anything you could do. You know, we could come up with all the rules we can. It's unfortunate when we get in these races that stay green this long and the packs really spread out into smaller packs, and you get a wreck kind of in no man's land, which has no bearing on the race. But, you know, we just haven't really implemented rules like that across the money racing community about situations like that. Obviously, got to care about the safety of those cars that were on the track. But it's just unfortunate. Very unfortunate, especially for that lead pack of 7 trucks, that they have to now wind them back up all together, because now, you know, it just brings a lot more drivers back into this race that really had no shot at it. So, unfortunately, 2 self-spins coming to pit lane bring out the caution flag for the first time tonight.
I've been leading a little bit. I'm at 11-3, but I'm still good to the end. At least one green flag. It should be all right.
I've only got 10-6.
What we got?
There's only one green white.
Only one green, white, checkered. Hey, we're hanging out here in the shack live on the PGR eSports Network. Boys, wow, we almost went wire-to-wire green, but a caution for 2 self-spinners coming to pit lane. Walk us through tonight's race. I know Dylan Basin, you got a shot going to victory lane here tonight.
Yes, sir. We're just trying to keep this thing clean right here, you know. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what's going to go on right here. It's going to be quite the right fest to the end. I'm just hoping we stay out of trouble so far. It's been a pretty clean race. Packs all grouped back together, but we'll just try to stay in the top 10 and bring home some money for us.
Well, Trevor Astronaut, P2 right now. A tough night last night in RNR at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But right here, starting on the outside front row beside Freddie Bazin as the pace car lights are out. What's it going to take tonight, Trev? You know, cautions breed cautions, but we're hoping we can get and go all the way to that checkered flag here. What's it going to take to get the job done tonight?
I tell you what, Mike, you're going to see the same old damn thing. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to throw it left. I'm going to throw it right. I'm going to go to the wall. I'm going to go down under the apron, brother. I'm getting this dub tonight, knock on wood. But, yeah, man, we just got to hope to stay clean, stay safe, hopefully not run out of fuel, and get some big girls here at the end, brother.
I'm turning Trevor for the win.
We love to hear it. Cody Neagle's also here tonight. Watched him battle up front all night long. Unfortunately, I believe, Cody, maybe a penalty there on that last green flag stop. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I got kind of hooked a little bit. Lost my track position, tried to push it into pit road. Looked like I was going to be fine, but then I kind of got deked. I couldn't tell where my pit box was, my pit sign. So I overshot, and that kind of screwed me. So I tried to speed out, and I went a little bit too quick. So shot myself in the foot. It is what it is.
Well, not much more time, but Chris Walker and Jared Haynes, hey, you're back in this thing tonight. What you guys going to do here? You got not much time left. We're, I believe, 6 laps to go and to go back green. You're going to have to come up through the field, try to get the victory here tonight.
Going 4 wide, baby.
Yeah.
All I got to say.
Well, you heard it there. Hey, guys, thanks for letting me come up here and join you here. I know there's not too many people over there in RNR, so I appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight. Hopefully, I'm interviewing one of you guys here from the shack and Nightmare here tonight.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it, Mike.
And that was those guys right there going to try and come through this
Joe
field.
Hendry.
Oh, yeah, Joe Hendry. Love that guy right there. Back here live, and we are going back up front as the caution stays out. Are we going to go back green? 7 laps to go, and the green flag back into there here at Talladega. Freddie Bazinez leads us. Malik Ray here behind him. Astronaut in that top lane with Garrett Maines. As Bazinez clears to that middle lane, 6 laps to go. And like we say, fingers crossed that we are not going to wad them up anymore here tonight. This has been a great race, and we do not want to see cautions breeding cautions. Luckily, only one green-white checkered. That way, we will not have to deal with a strung-out race here at the end no matter what. 3 wide, though, racing Landon Velicki, the 62 of the Nightmare Esports team. He is on the top, and he's getting a strong push from Michael Guest. Nick Seipel back in it. So is Dylan Jones. A lot of drivers now. Asher Little in right here. Dylan Basin. But here comes the NASCAR Coke Series pros. Malik Ray, Daniel Falkingham to the point, much like last night. It's Kyler Wynn now. He's going to get right behind his teammate. And, man, it's just like last night. The cream rises to the top when it matters. Garrett Maines now with 5 laps to go. He's going to lead that outside lane. Jack Shack, they have some numbers up here, especially working with Nightmare here tonight. And an easy night so far for Wagner up there in the tower. And he is praying right now. The night just keeps being easy for him. I would think right now, as long as we get to this next lap, no matter what, this race will either end when we get to the white flag tonight or it'll end under green-white checker, and that'll be it. So we only have a shot at one more caution max here to end tonight's race. So, hey, we're either going to end on 1 or 2 cautions, and what a race it has been. As Malik Ray Kyler Wynn battle side by side. Falkingham, Bazinez right behind them. The Jack Shack's still looking for more. You know, eventually they're not going to sit in line. They're going to go for it. Sean Corbett, he makes a move to the outside. Oh, and he gets left out. Nowhere to go now for Corbett, as he's all by himself. Unfortunately, he wanted to make the move. Maybe made it too early. Corbett's going to parachute back just a little bit. Kyler Wynn stays in the lead. And we will take the 3 to go signal here. 3 to go here at Talladega. And everyone here, don't go anywhere. We are going to crown a winner here in race number 7 of season number 2 in the Ruff Neck Madness Money Racing Championship Series. That third lane eventually going to come in. There goes David Flanagan. He's had enough of sitting in line. He's going to go to that third lane in the 31. There goes Ashman off his teammates. You knew it was coming. Malik Ray blocks the run, and not a great block. He's going to wreck. Ooh, he's going to save it. Malik Ray into the wall. Landon Velke into the wall. And I don't think that was the move right there for Malik Ray. He's lucky it didn't cause a caution. He's not going to get penalized for it. Not sure what the rules are on that. I know it's hard to penalize anybody if we stay green, but definitely a late block there caused that wreck. We saw Garrett Maines lose a win in PGR Intimidator Superspeedway last Thursday night with a late block right at the white flag. We stay 3 wide, but mainly 2 here in the front of the pack. And here we go, Chris Walker. Can he get one of the biggest wins of his career? Side by side with Bazinez. A great push from Michael Guest in the 54. Down the Alabama Gang super stretch we go. Dylan Jones goes to the 3rd. He's getting pushed from Daniel Eberhardt the 3rd. Eberhardt now back into this race. If we get to the white flag, this race will be official. Smoke ahead. Not sure who it's for. It's for Velke. He's just doing burnouts down there. He's pissed off. Kyler Wynn here, 3 wide at the bottom. Side by side we go. Dylan Jones is clear. Will he make it down? He won't. 3 wide. He does. He's clear to the middle. Dylan Jones to the bottom. 3 wide. Final lap here. Outside turn number 2. Where did Daniel Eberhardt III come from? Absolutely. He gets that late race caution. Oh, they are wrecking behind, flipping ones up into the wall. They're all wrecking in the front. Bazinez now all by himself. I'll tell you what, he's a sitting duck. And right behind Bazinez, it's Brian Hennings for Team PGR. Can Brian Hennings get it done? He's getting a block there from Bazinez. Here comes the 23 of Chris Walker. Can he get the job done? Bazinez blocks Hennings. Bazinez side by side wins it here at Talladega. Freddie Bazinez in the 51 out of Miami, Florida, wins it here at Talladega Superspeedway. Walker, Chris Walker, man, just comes up short. Runner-up finisher Brian Hennings for Team PGR finishes on the podium. Where did Josh McCullough come from? He finishes in 4th. Kyler went in 5th. I mean, D3 finishes in 6th. He came from absolutely nowhere. What a race here tonight. Only 1 caution flag. I mean, Velke's definitely not going to be happy here tonight with Malik Ray. Malik Ray causes that late race stack up on that second to last lap. Freddie Bazinez going to victory lane as he's going to burn him down here for the faithful at Talladega. And we will await the top 3 podium finishers tonight. We'll have a word with Brian Hennings, Chris Walker, and your race winner here tonight, Freddie Bazinez. And I thought for a minute Hennings was going to have that, but when they had it run, I think they had to go to Bazinez's outside and kind of leave him to dry, and it, you know, they kind of just stayed down there with him, and Bazinez somehow, some way, just gets the job done here tonight, as he is still burning them down here, having some fun out there on the racetrack is Freddie Bazinez. And two guys, I know they're going to be happy with a second and third. The two guys that deserve a win here is none other than Chris Walker, Brian Hennings, and not to discredit Freddie Bazinez, but the man has gotten to victory lane multiple times. He is one of the best out here. And I am laughing right now because Freddie Bazinez, look at the rear of that car. That is cracking me up. And it is a message from me, the owner here at PGR, suspending Ethan Eckert back in December of 2024. And actions detrimental to the money racing community on and off the track. Not appealable, man. That is hilarious. I got to give Freddie Bazinez some credit there. Free Ethan Eckert here on the back. Fortunately, at PGR, we will not be freeing Ethan Eckert anytime soon, and I do not believe they will be here at Ruff Neck Madness Money Racing as well. Man, this is one heck of a funny back of a truck that I have ever seen. And there's the front. A great shot of this paint scheme. As Bazinez still burning them down here. And hey, we'll go a little bit unorthodox tonight. No one else up here waiting for an interview, but the man of the hour, Freddie Bazinez, the race winner. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Oh, well, first of all, I got to get a laugh in before anything, man. I'm sitting here broadcasting the race. You win the race, come around, you start doing your victory burnouts, and you park it there kind of on the start-finish line. And the shot that I have, I'm looking at a suspension to Ethan Eckert that I gave back in December of 2024. a clip of it, a screenshot, man. That I've seen some funny stuff here, but that takes the cake, man. Props to you. Great paint scheme there. Free Ethan Eckert. Unfortunately, PGR will not be freeing Ethan Eckert anytime soon, but you know, that is one funny paint scheme right there. But let's talk serious stuff here, man. What a race this was tonight. Only one caution flag, really. Oh God, I mean, it has to be called per rules, but unfortunately, you know, we almost had a wire-to-wire green here tonight. Walk us through this last lap. I mean, we had everyone wrecking behind. You kind of were a sitting duck, and you know, I was thinking Hennings was kind of make the move to your outside, and Wynn might follow, but you know, they just kind of park right behind you, and that middle or that lane right above you had nothing for you, and you're able to just keep Hennings at bay and get to victory lane. Walk us through it.
Well, yeah, well, first off, thanks for the paint scheme. Yeah, that last lap was pretty crazy. I know I was in the middle of 3. So I knew it was before this, but I saw D3 and Dylan, they had to run on the top. I was thinking about blocking it, but then I was like, nah, I think the middle is going to work. So I stayed there, then D3 in the back stretch, he got turned, and I was trying to stay down so I don't get in that wreck. And yeah, from there, I was a sitting duck, really. I thought I was dead, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll take a P5, it's whatever. And then Kyler hooks Dylan, and so Hennings is behind me there, and then from there, I'm just trying to block him as hard as possible, which I did a pretty solid block on him. It worked out pretty well. And then Kyler, he knew that he caused the wreck, so he kind of just said that he helped me out the whole time. So that was nice of him. Thanks, Kyler. And then the top got a little run, but I decided not to block it and stay on the bottom of Hennings, and Hennings pushed me to the win, so big thanks to Hennings. And thanks, Kyler.
Yeah, man, what an excellent job here tonight, man. You've been tearing up the scene here on Wednesday nights. You know, I believe that was race number 7, so 3 races to go, and then we'll go to the championship race, which will be race number 11. Man, what are you looking forward to in that week 11 here? Not too far off the horizon, trying to win that championship. Some big money that was input here by James Wagoner, the owner of the series.
Well, yeah, well, of course I want to win the championship. That's a whole lot of money. Gonna put it on black? No, I'm playing. Anyways, so yeah, no, thanks to Wagoner, man. He always puts up a big pot, and he always adds bonuses, so big thanks to him. But yeah, I hope I have a chance. I'm pretty sure it's like my 3rd win of the season, so I think I got a good chance. Got to stay consistent and hopefully just stay in P1.
All right, Freddie. Well, before we let you go celebrate that victory here tonight, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, thanks to everybody else racing with tonight. Kyler, Malik, Michael Guest, Miles, Nick Seipel. I don't think I forget anybody. But yeah, no, thanks to all of them for helping me out. Always some of the best teammates on the service. Thanks to you for broadcasting it. Thanks to Wagoner and everybody at And RNR for putting on the show. Thanks to RC. Pretty sure Wagoner.
Well-
That's about it.
Yeah, we appreciate you joining us here. We're watch the your finish one more time there. We appreciate you joining us, and hey, I'm sure you are going to be making some noise in that championship race just 4 weeks down the line. We appreciate you, Freddie. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, what a win it was for Freddie Bazin, has always got the word with the race winner. We're gonna keep on that unorthodox streak here tonight. We're gonna bring in the third place finisher Brian Hennings and the runner up here tonight, Chris Walker of the Jack Shack. Guys, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll start with you, Brian, Team PGR, and man, walk us through it, man. I'll tell you what. I thought for a second there. You had them or Freddie right where you kind of wanted him.
I should have went around him. I decided to play nice.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking up here myself as we watch this one more time on the replay.
I probably could have got the win going around him, but I played nice.
Well, Brian Hennings played nice, and sometimes, hey, nice guys don't always win, and you didn't win tonight, but hey, karma is a thing, and it matters a lot, and we'll hopefully see this pay off for you here in the near future. But hey, it's a third place finish, and it's a big race, star-studded field here tonight. Walk us through just the race in general. Only one caution flag here tonight. Pretty much came on some guys just kind of self-spinning coming to pit lane.
Right. I mean, we were listening to Garrett and all them with their fuel strat and what they were doing, so I just kept pitting with them. But we got stretched out a little bit there, and after I think it was the second pit, we just, we kept dropping off. We were like 10 seconds. Landon kept saying he was going to just right hook himself into the wall. He was getting tired of it. And I talked him out of it for a little bit, but then he dropped off. But, yeah, I mean, that last caution brought us all back together, and, it worked out. And last lap, no lift challenge. I'd rather be on the bottom. When wrecks happen, usually it's safer down there. Not always, but it paid off this time. And I don't know, you should show my cockpit view. It was pretty fun doing that last little wreck avoidance coming to the checkers. It was pretty fun, so it worked out.
Well, Chris of the Jack Shack, man, I'll tell you what, there's two guys I wanted to pull for more than anyone, and like I said, no discredit to Freddie Bazin, but he's won a lot here in the money racing community. You two guys here in second and third, much deserving of this finish, man. Obviously, I'm not supposed to be pulling for anyone up here in the booth, but you two, obviously class acts. Chris, I mean, you got nobody in front of you there, side by side, coming down the outside of turn number 4. What were you thinking there? Was there anything you could have done? You obviously needed some help from behind you to try to get past Bazin at the line.
Yeah, no, I owe all that to Josh McCullough. If it wasn't for him, we was probably screwed because, I mean, that wreck there on the last lap, it just ruined everybody. I mean, if he didn't hit me in the ass there, then who knows where I would have been. So I got to give all props to him on that. But as far as the race goes, I mean, thank God for that caution because we were screwed without it. Yeah, that whole deal with Melton getting wrecked off pit road killed everybody. So, but yeah, that's about the way it went. It ended up working out in the end, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, happy is a good thing, and top 3 finishers is always a good thing. Podium finishes here tonight. Brian, before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
I'm just going to shout out one guy tonight, Kevin Mulcahy, sorry. We're all pulling for you, man, and love you, brother, and hope you get better soon, man.
All right, Brian. Well, that was a nice touching thought here to him tonight. And Chris Walker, before we let you go as well, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Obviously. Huge shout out to the Jack Shack Nightmare / Night Shack deal. Also shout out to PGR for broadcast. RNR for giving us a place to race. And huge congrats to Freddie for getting the dub. Well deserved.
All right, boys. We'll go celebrate those podium finishes here tonight, and hopefully that could springboard you guys here in the next couple weeks as we march towards the RNR championship race.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Mike.
That's Brian Hennings, the third place finisher and the runner-up here tonight. Big Roos, Christopher Walker, as Bazin on the top of the chart here tonight, your race winner. Chris Walker second, Brian Hennings in third, Josh McCullough in fourth, Kyler Wynn fifth, Daniel Albert the third in sixth, David Flanagan in seventh, Nathan Harper eighth, Trevor Ashmanoff ninth, Nick Seipel rounds out your top 10. In 11th, Steve Sizemore. Dylan Jones in 12th. Adam Young, 13th. Sean Corbett, 14th. Daniel Falkingham in 15th. Malik Ray, 16th. Michael Guest, 17th. Jeff Merck finishes in 18th. Finishing in 19th here tonight, that is going to go to Kenneth McCullough Jr., Garrett Maines, 20th. Dylan Basin, 21st. Chris Melton, 22nd. Asher Little, 23rd. Sterling Fess, 24th. Corey Wright, 25th. Jared Haynes, 26th. Landon Favre, 27th. Stephen Miles, 28th. Hunter Hastings, 29th. Rounding out your top 30, that'll be Chris Ramsey. John Darnell finishes 31st. Quentin Steinbach, 32nd. Cody Niegels, 33rd. Christopher Carter, 34th. Nash Brambilla, 35th. Sean Wiggins, 36th. Landon Velicki, 37th. Chase Mistretta, 38th. And Mark Vondell, he will be the caboose here tonight as he finishes in the 39th position. So that's your race results here tonight of season number 2, race number 7. 4 races to go here on the season, 3 in the regular season, and 1 championship race with some big implications. We'll be back here next week, same spot, same time on the PGR eSports Network. Tomorrow night, PGR eSports Intimidator Super Speedway Series heads to this track as well, Talladega Superspeedway, for Gen 6 racing. It should be some really good racing as well tomorrow night. So come on back here tonight, or tomorrow night, I should say, 9:45 practice. I believe we qualify around 10:15, go to the grid, go live about 10:20, and we have some green flag race about 10:25 p.m. Eastern, live on the PGR eSports Network. Thanks to everyone at RNR Madness Money Racing, James Wagner and Chris Melton, as well as D3 and everyone else here helping out in the series. A great race here tonight. Only 1 caution, and like I said, as we march towards that championship, some big implications on the line here in the next couple weeks as we get closer and closer to crowning a Season 2 champion. I was your host tonight, Michael Triscaro of PGR eSports. Signing off for now, but we'll see you tomorrow night, live on the PGR eSports Network.